In the heart of East Africa, where endless golden grasslands stretch to the horizon, there is a boundary every creature must eventually face. That boundary is the Mara River. From above, the river appears calm and peaceful, winding across the Masai Mara like a ribbon of life through a sea of grass. But beneath its muddy surface lies one of nature's most brutal tests. Each year, more than one. 5 million wildebeest, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, move across this land in the largest migration on Earth. They do not travel by choice. They move because without fresh grass and water, they will die. When the great herds reach the riverbank, thousands of animals crowd together along the edge. The leaders stop, ears twitching, eyes fixed on the water below. Instinct tells them the river is dangerous. But behind them, the pressure of the migrating herd continues to build. Finally, one wildebeest steps forward, hesitates for a moment, and leaps into the river. That single leap becomes a signal. Within seconds, hundreds follow, then thousands. The river erupts into chaos as bodies plunge into the water, hooves thrashing and mud swirling everywhere. But the greatest danger is not the current. It is what waits beneath. Nile crocodiles, ancient predators that have ruled these waters for millions of years, lie motionless like living stones. Then suddenly, the surface explodes. A crocodile surges upward, its jaws clamping around the leg of a zebra. The animal kicks wildly, but the crocodile's death roll quickly ends the struggle. Yet the herd continues forward. No one stops. No one turns back. Because here, hesitation means death. Those that survive scramble up the opposite bank and continue running. Behind them, the river slowly returns to silence, as if nothing had happened. But high above, vultures are already circling, waiting for what comes next. Once the herd escapes the river, a new danger emerges across the open plains. Hidden within the golden grass is a creature built almost perfectly for pursuit. The cheetah. With its slender body, powerful chest, and flexible spine, the cheetah can accelerate faster than any land animal on Earth. But speed alone is not enough. Hunting requires precision. On the sun-baked savannah, a group of ostriches feeds quietly. These giant birds can stand over 2 meters tall and possess powerful legs capable of killing a careless predator. But today, 3 cheetahs have chosen one as their target. They move closer, step by step, keeping a careful distance. Then the moment arrives. The cheetahs explode forward like lightning. The ostrich sprints across the grassland, powerful strides throwing clouds of dust into the air. But the cheetahs work together, cutting off its escape routes. A single stumble is all it takes. Moments later, the struggle ends. Yet victory for a cheetah rarely lasts long. Other predators roam these plains. Lions, the most powerful hunters of the savannah, rely on teamwork rather than speed. Hidden in tall grass, lionesses slowly close in on a herd of zebras. A silent signal passes through the group. Then the savannah erupts. Zebras scatter in panic, their black and white stripes blending into a confusing storm of movement. But the lions need only one. A zebra strays too far from the herd, and within seconds, the lionesses bring it down. Every hunt on the savannah is shaped by countless variables: wind direction, terrain, herd movement, and timing. That unpredictability is what makes the wild so dramatic. Part 3. Hyenas and vultures, the cleaners of the savannah. When night falls across Masai Mara, the savannah changes hands. The predators of the day step aside, and a new force emerges. Hyenas. Often misunderstood as scavengers, hyenas are actually among Africa's most effective hunters. They live in complex clans led by powerful females. Their jaws are strong enough to crush bone, and their endurance allows them to chase prey over long distances. A cheetah that has just completed a hunt suddenly hears the eerie laugh of approaching hyenas. Outnumbered, it abandons its kill rather than risk injury. The hyenas quickly claim the meal, yet even they are not the final stage of nature's process. Soon vultures descend from the sky. With stomach acids powerful enough to destroy deadly bacteria, these birds clean the landscape and prevent disease from spreading. In the wild, even death becomes a source of life. Part 4. The leopard, ghost of the savannah. Deep into the night, another hunter begins its silent patrol. The leopard. Unlike lions or hyenas, leopards hunt alone. Their spotted coats blend perfectly with the shadows of the savannah, making them almost invisible. Beneath the moonlight, a herd of impalas grazes peacefully. Hidden in the grass, a leopard waits patiently. It inches closer, step by silent step, until the distance is perfect. Then it explodes from the shadows. The chase lasts only seconds. One impala falls behind the herd, and the leopard brings it down with a precise bite to the throat. But danger remains. Other predators could steal the kill. With incredible strength, the leopard drags its prey up into the branches of a tree, safely out of reach. There, it can eat undisturbed for days. In the hierarchy of the savannah, survival often belongs to those who adapt best. Not all survival stories unfold on green savannas. In southwestern Africa lies the Namib Desert, one of the harshest environments on Earth. Daytime temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius, while nights become bitterly cold. Yet life still persists here. Desert lions have evolved to survive in this unforgiving landscape. Their bodies are leaner, their legs longer, and their paws wider for walking on soft sand. Prey is scarce, so every hunt must be carefully planned. When a giraffe strays from its herd, a group of desert lions seizes the opportunity. The hunt across the dunes is intense, but eventually, the lions bring the massive animal down. Later vultures arrive to finish what remains, ensuring that nothing in the desert goes to waste. From the savannas of Masai Mara to the deserts of Namibia, and even to distant lands like Patagonia, nature follows the same universal law. Every species plays a role. Herbivores sustain predators. Predators control herbivore populations. Scavengers clean the land and recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. Nature is like a vast orchestra, where each species is an instrument. If one disappears, the entire balance changes. That is why protecting wild ecosystems means protecting the delicate harmony of life on Earth. As the sun sets across the savannah, lions rest after the hunt, vultures glide back into the sky, and migrating herds continue their endless journey. Nature never stops. It evolves, adapts, and continues writing new stories every day. And across this vast planet, countless unseen dramas of survival are still unfolding, reminding us that life on Earth is a powerful, fragile, and extraordinary cycle. Which of these battles fascinated you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the world of wildlife like this, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Because in the natural world, there are still countless incredible mysteries waiting for us to discover. Dawn slowly spreads across the African savannah. Soft light breaks through the thin morning mist, revealing a land where life and death exist side by side. In this unforgiving wilderness, every creature must fight to survive. predators wait patiently for the perfect moment. Prey, listen carefully to every movement carried by the wind. Just one mistake, one brief moment of distraction can decide everything. Out here, nature shows no mercy. Only those who adapt, endure, and remain vigilant will live to see another sunrise. Sarai. Look at death in the shadows. If lions rule through numbers and roars, then the leopard rules through silence. As a new season begins in Luangwa, the leaves glow beneath the morning sun. The ground holds the fresh traces of creatures that move through the night. Among them is one track that stands apart, the footprint of a female leopard. That is Suri. Suri appears like a ghost, mature, resilient, cautious, and experienced. Her coat blends into the grass, the shadows, and the broken shafts of light between the bushes. She is the embodiment of death that makes no sound. But now, Suri is in the final stage of pregnancy. Inside her, a new generation waits, a fragile burden and a symbol of hope. After 2 days without food, before dawn, she leaves her shelter. She must eat. She must live. She must find the strength to give birth. Suri moves toward a stream near her den. The small flow of water quietly nourishes many forms of life. And where there is life, there is opportunity to hunt. The attack comes fast, precise, and decisive. In mere seconds, Suri has secured enough food to sustain herself. Then she returns to the den. Instinct tells her that today, a new life will enter the world. A few hours later, the cub is born. Tiny, wet, dirty, and blind, it is utterly helpless before the vast world beyond. Suri bends down and licks it clean, pulling it close to her belly for warmth. Outside, the forest remains restless and busy, but inside the darkness of the den, a new beginning has quietly begun. A week passes. The cub begins to stumble around the den. Its eyes are still not fully open, its legs still unsteady, but curiosity pushes each small step forward. Suri watches every movement. She teaches through her presence alone to read the wind, to stay silent when strange sounds rise, and to remain motionless when the forest itself seems to sound an alarm. Then that fragile piece is broken. A troop of monkeys discovers signs of life near the rocky crack where the den lies hidden. Their calls erupt loudly, and in moments the whole forest seems warned. For a leopard, a discovered den can become a death sentence. Suri does not hesitate. She takes the cub in her jaws, abandons the den at once, and slips beneath the lower bushes to a safer refuge. When the morning sun filters through the wet leaves, she is exhausted, but the cub is still safe in her embrace. 3 days after giving birth, hunger begins to weigh heavily on her body. Maternal instinct wants to keep her beside the cub, but nature does not allow any mother to forget the need to survive. At dawn, Suri leaves the shelter again and moves toward an open patch of sienna. The uncrowned queen of Masai, Mara. In the land of Masai Mara, where the wind sweeps through the tall grass like the whisper of nature itself, lions remain the ultimate symbol of power. They are the kings and queens of the savannah, creatures whose roar alone can silence the open land. But among all the stories of lions, one name rises above the rest: Sienna. She needs no crown to become a legend. She needs no throne to be remembered. She is the silent warrior of Masai Mara. Sienna began her journey, as many lionesses do, wandering alone, crossing grasslands where life and death always walk side by side. Every day was a search. Every night was an act of vigilance. There was no great pride to protect her, no dominant male standing between her and danger. Only instinct and awareness guided her forward. Then, in their wandering life, Sienna encountered other lionesses who were just as lost, just as uprooted, and just as desperate for a new beginning. They belonged nowhere yet. But Sienna saw in them an opportunity. She was not the strongest in the most obvious way. What set Sienna apart was her ability to unite. With sharp observation and rare social instinct, she gradually convinced several younger lionesses to join her. From that small beginning, a new pride slowly took shape. And almost naturally, Sienna became its center, the one the others looked to whenever a decision had to be made. Under the fierce savannah sun, a soft wind passed through the grass, making it move like a golden sea. The pride advanced in silence. Every step was deliberate. Every movement was controlled. In the distance, a herd of zebras grazed peacefully, unaware that death was crawling low through the grass toward them. 3 lionesses flattened themselves in the short grass. Their cold, golden eyes followed every change in the zebra herd's formation. The distance between predator and prey was now less than 30 meters. Yet the zebras still did not sense the danger already standing before them. From her position, Sienna gave the signal. The prey had been chosen. The moment had arrived. The pride erupted forward. Silence shattered beneath a roar, and in an instant the zebras exploded into panic. Dust rose in clouds. That is the zebra of the African savannah. The black and white stripes running along its body look like strokes painted by nature itself, mysterious and perfectly balanced. From a distance, they resemble moving shadows inside a living painting. Yet behind that beauty stands a creature born to survive in one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. Zebras are not the strongest animals. They do not have sharp claws like lions. They do not possess the massive muscles of African buffalo, but nature has given them other weapons. An adult zebra can weigh more than 300 kilograms. Its body is compact and powerful, with long legs that work like steel springs. When necessary, it can reach speeds of more than 60 kilometers per hour. A single kick from a zebra is strong enough to shatter the jaw of a predator. But their true strength does not lie in their legs. It lies in their stripes. No 2 zebras have the same pattern. Each individual carries a unique map across its body. When the herd moves together, those black and white stripes merge into a confusing visual illusion, making it difficult for predators to isolate a single target. It is a survival strategy that nature has refined over millions of years. Zebras live in herds. A herd may contain dozens, sometimes even hundreds of individuals. Within this moving mass, every zebra stays alert. Their ears constantly rotate, listening for distant sounds, while their eyes scan the horizon. On the African savannah, even a moment of carelessness can cost a life. But life within the herd is not only about cooperation. Adult males constantly compete for dominance. Under the deep golden light of late afternoon, 2 stallions approach each other. Their necks arch upward, their ears press back against their heads. Heavy hooves crush the dry grass beneath them. There is no roar, only a tense silence. Suddenly they clash. Their bodies collide with force. Teeth snap, hooves strike, and their necks twist against each other in a fierce struggle. Dust erupts beneath their hooves. In the world of zebras, power is never given. It must be earned. Eventually, one of them retreats. The other remains standing, breathing heavily, warm vapor escaping from its nostrils. The fight ends as suddenly as it began. The herd moves on, as if nothing has happened. The silent. Survivor of Kenya, back in Africa, across the golden grasslands where the wind moves through the plains like an endless whisper, another creature walks in silence. The wildebeest. Its body is muscular yet rough. Its heavy head hangs low. Its neck carries a dark mane, and its horns curve like scythes. Both sexes bear horns, but in mature males, they become true weapons, useful in mating contests and in defense against danger. Most of the time, wildebeest simply graze and move slowly. Yet that very calmness makes them targets for predators. One hot afternoon, with the red sun sinking over the Kenyan horizon, an adult male separates from the herd. In the tall grass not far away, a pair of golden eyes watches. A lion lies in ambush. It does not need to roar. Silence is its most lethal weapon. Slowly, it narrows the distance. Then, without warning, it bursts forward like a living arrow and knocks down its prey with all the force and precision of an expert hunter. Soon the rest of the lions arrive. Calmly, they divide the kill and replenish the strength spent during the day. Overhead, vultures are already circling. They do not hunt. They wait only for the wheat to fall so they can inherit the remains of death. When darkness covers the savannah, the story still does not end. The relentless heat cracks the ground, withers the meadows, and drives the water away. The wildebeest herd is forced onward, joining the great migration shaped by weather, hunger, and instinct. They move across grasslands, through red dust, to riverbanks, and beyond. For wildebeest, the journey is not simply movement. It is the only way to remain alive. That is the elephant of the African savannah, the largest land animal still walking the earth. A massive body moves slowly across the endless sea of golden grass, as if even the ground itself must give way to its steps. From a distance, a herd of elephants looks like moving gray boulders scattered across the plains. But behind that enormous presence lives a creature of intelligence, memory, and emotion deeper than many animals on this planet. An adult African elephant can weigh more than 6 tons. Its skin is thick and wrinkled, like an ancient map carved by time. 2 curved ivory tusks stretch forward, used to dig, to move trees, and sometimes to fight. And then there is the trunk, a remarkable tool made of tens of thousands of muscles. With that single trunk, an elephant can uproot a tree or gently pick up a blade of grass. But the true strength of elephants is not only in their size, it lies in their memory and the unity of their herd. Elephants live in family groups led by the oldest female. She is known as the matriarch. In the world of elephants, age is not a burden. It is wisdom. The matriarch remembers water sources that may have dried up years ago. She remembers safe paths across the savannah. She remembers seasons of drought and the hidden places where food can still be found. When the herd moves, the youngest elephants stay in the center. The adults walk around them like a living wall. On the African savannah, where danger can appear at any moment, that protection may determine whether the next generation survives. Yet even for giants like elephants, life is never without challenges. After 22 months of pregnancy, the longest gestation of any land animal, a mother elephant prepares to give birth. The herd gathers around her, not to watch, but to protect. The calf is born inside that protective circle. It weighs nearly 100 kilograms, yet it is still fragile. Its long legs struggle to support its body. The herd waits patiently. The mother gently lifts her newborn with her trunk. Another female stands nearby like a guardian. In elephant society, a calf does not belong only to its mother. It belongs to the herd. Within minutes, the calf manages to stand. Within hours, it begins to walk. A new life has just joined one of the most complex societies in the animal kingdom. In the days that follow, the herd continues its journey across the savannah. Every day they may travel more than 30 kilometers in search of water and food. Elephants spend most of their time eating grass, leaves, bark, and even thick branches. From the plains of Masai Mara to the forests of North America, from the red dust savannas of Africa to the burning drylands of Australia, nature does not tell fairy tales. It tells stories of strength, loss, instinct, and endurance. Every creature carries a mission without words, not to conquer the entire world, but only to live one more day. And that is what makes the wild world truly magnificent.